Greetings, good people. Greetings, and welcome to our discussion today, talking about heading to the great country of Ghana. Headed to Africa by way of Ghana is our the center of our discussion here tonight. I appreciate y'all joining us. Let me know, of course, where you are watching from. I'm always asking that question. And if this is your first time here, give me a one in the comments if this is your first time and where you're watching from. So, greetings, Sabrina. Appreciate you joining us, Atlanta, Georgia. All right, first time. All right, welcome. Appreciate you joining us tonight. And thank you for participating. That's excellent. I am in the south suburbs of Chicago, Illinois. Today, greetings from Louisiana. First time. Hey, Cadence. I appreciate you joining as well. All right, yeah, and thank you to everybody else. Definitely appreciate the participation. I got a couple of questions. Um, how did you get here, right? Did you get here by way of an ad or were you already on our mailing list? Did you see the ad? Give me ad, right? AD or give me mail if you're already on our mailing list or if you made a purchase or something like that. Yeah, thank you for that. Appreciate that participation. And then my second question would be when you think of Ghana, what's the first word of image that comes to mind, right? That is, when you think of Ghana, what's the first word or image that comes to mind? Luxury, I like that. Add Facebook, okay, Instagram, first time from New York, hey, Elaine, Indiana, first time, Victoria, excellent. All right, Louisville. Luxury, Kim Charlotte, first time. All right, appreciate y'all being here. Thank you for showing up. Ghana, coming home, Elaine says. I love that homeland. I like that. I like that. All right, that those are good. That's good. That's good. Good to know a little bit about why y'all are thinking about it. I'm assuming that you haven't been to Ghana just yet, but have you been to Africa at all? Give me a yes or no in the comments. No, if you haven't been. Yes, if you've been before. If you have been, where have you been? I'm just always curious. I appreciate y'all energy and participation today. Let me fire up my presentation. We can get into this discussion. Hey, Nigeria. All right, Nigerian. I love it. Um, yeah, fire up this presentation so we can dive into the conversation. Cry Ghana. Why do you want to go to Ghana? What is it about Ghana that makes a connection for you? Let's get some of those down in the comments. While I fire this up, advance the discussion, we can definitely come back to a couple of those. But I want to make sure I keep things going. There we go. All right, visited with her ancestry, never been. Yeah, why do you want to go to Ghana? I want to go back. During my first visit, it was too fast, too busy. Oh, I understand that. Through our research, Ghana feels right. Oh, I love that, Victoria. Heard great things. I love it. I love it. We got a curious crowd. That's excellent. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Well, welcome to Sankofa Experiences. This is part of the Urban Intellectuals Experience. Urban Intellectuals Organization. This is our arm of the business where Black History Travel Made Easy is our thing. Let me give you a quick video overview, video feel to what we do.
You know that feeling when your soul recognizes a place. I never understood it until my trip to Ghana with Sankofa Experiences. Standing on the shores of Cape Coast, something in me just clicked, like my DNA remembered what my mind never knew. These aren't typical vacations. They're journeys back to ourselves. When you walk through those ancient doorways in Egypt or feel the rhythm of drums in Ghana, you start to piece together parts of you that were scattered by histories. And I've traveled to lots of places, but nothing hits like Africa. The way people welcome you, the food that somehow tastes familiar, the land that feels like it's been waiting for you. Like I came back different, more grounded, more whole, like I'd found pieces of myself I didn't even know were missing.
This is the feeling that we are doing and exploring with the Sankofa experiences. Just like Kim said, she said she'd have seen the reels, she'd have watched it long enough. She just ready to go. Hopefully, you feel the same way. Let me give you a little overview of what Ghana looks like before we jump into
You
the
know that
details.
feeling when
Here
you're
is a bit of that. I'm gonna get this going. One minute. There we go.
I'm back home. I'm home.
Let's go. Let's jump into some of these details of this beautiful experience. But hey, who's this guy talking to me, especially for my new people joining us here inside of our conversation today? I appreciate you. But my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals, and empowerment is our thing. And we use Black history in order to do that. Black history is our passion. We've had the opportunity of speaking about Black history and culture and all of these wonderful places and many, many more over the years. We've been active in this work of expanding our history and our culture. But my story and the story of Urban Intellectuals started almost 100 years ago, as I like to say, with the young man behind me here. This is my father. So we are activating his legacy. But he was born in 1929, almost 100 years ago, and he is 95 years young today. In fact, I'm gonna see him very soon. Um, but he is the one that instilled Black history and culture into me as being important, and is really, I like to think that the brainchild behind all of this movement. But this is he and I in Ghana. This is the door of no return there in Cape Coast, Ghana, having our experience. We went to Africa. Our first time to Africa was to Ghana as well, and it was on this trip with some of these pictures and images. And one day I have to share more of them. But this is 2017, and this is both of our first time on the continent. He is 87 years young in this photograph, by the way. So if you think that you may be too old, I doubt it. His age is nothing but a number, right? But he was ready. But every time I see this picture, and this picture hangs in my living room, it always reminded me that we need to share this experience with more of our community. And this is really part of the genesis behind our Sankofa experiences. But it didn't just start immediately, right? First, we went on to start the actual company, right? So Urban Intellectuals, we started in 2015. So in December 2015, we're 9 years old. We're headed into our 10th year of business. But this is our flagship product, which is our Black series of Black History flashcards that we started selling in 2017. Since then, we've sold over 500,000 decks of these all over the world to over 200,000 customers in all 50 states and 64 countries around the world with this particular product. But all of that eventually gave birth to our movement, our Sankofa experiences that started in October of 2022. So this is our inaugural experience of course, Dad had to be there, right? So this is Dad there with us in Egypt. We took on Kemet, right? So this is us at the Sheridan overlooking the Nile River on the left there. Me and my international travel buddy. He is 93 years young in this particular photograph, still traveling. But all of this led to opportunities again to talk about some of the work that we do as an organization here at Urban Intellectuals. And this is a good overview to give you on all that we do, because we're not just a part of a travel organization, or we don't just produce flashcards. We actually do a lot. And this is a good overview from this interview.
First, tell us about Urban Intellectuals. What is this?
Our Urban Intellectuals makes it fun and easy to learn Black history. That is our mission. That is our core responsibility. And we created a suite of Black history products and services designed to rewrite the narrative about Black and African people in the world.
Obviously very important. How'd you come up with the idea for Urban Intellectuals?
Oh, I love to say that it started almost 100 years ago, because my father's 95 years old. He's still alive, born in 1929, but he instilled in me the importance of understanding our history and our culture and the pride and respect that it instills inside of us. And while my children were matriculating through the school district, I couldn't believe that the limited discussion about the contributions to humanity that Black people have made were minuscule at best. And I kept thinking somebody should do something, somebody should do something. In 2016, I became somebody.
You were the somebody that did something, right? And typically, probably the conversations were in February.
Yes, typically centered around February, centered around the same 8 to 12 people every single year, which no disrespect to them and their contributions, which is amazing, but there's so much more glorious.
A lot more. Okay, so you've got a very cool product.
Thank you.
That kind of makes it fun, right? Makes it fun. Tell me about your flashcards.
Our Black History flashcards feature 52 cards in each deck. There's actually 6 in the series, so we have
6 volumes.
6 volumes in the series.
Cards,
so we're really expanding the conversation centered around Black and African contributions to humanity. I like to have that conversation because this is really the story of the world, right? Black history is world history, and too often it's the missing pages of world history. So
and I see on here 1968 Olympics.
Yes.
Bessie Coleman, Black Wall Street. So just all different things to kind of bring it to light.
Bring it to light, and expand the conversation in a easy to understand format. Because on the back of the cards are just simple bullet pointed information about the people. And the first time that you're exposed to it, it just opens your mind and makes you more curious and thirsty for more.
Who are these for?
These are for just about everyone. We have people who are using them with their young children, as young as 18 months, all the way to 95. I'll cap it there with my father's age, because most of us aren't exposed to this information, so it's new to all of us.
And you also have playing cards. That's fun.
Yes, so we infuse Black history and culture into everything that we do. So instead of playing with a regular deck of playing cards, we have powerful Black imagery weaved into the playing card deck.
Exposure. What is this? This looks like fun.
Yes.
I don't know how you do a mystery puzzle, though.
You don't know what the finished product looks like, so that's the challenge, but I can tell you there's Black history wrapped up inside.
Sure, okay. Is it all the same, or is every box different?
The future editions will be different. This particular one is the same right now, but as we expand the line, we're definitely going to do more.
Right. And what else? You guys aren't just in the playing card and flashcard business.
Oh, no. We actually have 19 physical products centered around Black history and culture, but we take it a step further, and we have classes that we teach live Black history to children inside of the Sankofa Club. You can see that at sankofaclub.com, and to adults as well inside of our Sankofa Circle. But we don't stop there. We actually take people on Black history travel experiences to Africa and beyond.
That's so great. What do people, how do people, when they come back from something like that, how do they?
Oh, you're
speechless, probably.
Speechless, totally transformed. Because it's one thing to learn about the history and the culture. It's another thing to go see it and experience it for yourself. Be exposed to the food, the culture, the people. It's just a beautiful conversation. You come back changed.
Yeah, I bet. And you've been on several of these, I presume.
I have. I really enjoy it. I love watching the people have these experiences and go through these breakthroughs and breaking down the misconceptions about the contributions of Black and African people to the world.
Where can we go for more information about Urban Intellectuals?
You can go to urbanintellectuals.com, and on all platforms, we are Urban Intellectuals.
Okay, perfect. And you got some of these for the month? You're stocked up?
We are stocked up and
So there's a lot going on in the organization that you can see, but we do a lot more than just trips or just sell some flashcards. We're really creating a cohesive experience for our community to continue to learn. But as you heard, we are constantly using this phrase Sankofa. Sankofa, we had Sankofa Tools, we have our Sankofa Club, Sankofa Circle. We're talking about Sankofa experiences here today. So why this particular word Sankofa? Because Sankofa is a Twi word out of Ghana, right? From the Akan people, which we're going to go into their district in Ghana when we go on this particular trip up in Kumasi. But it's from the Akan people. That means to go back and get it. Go back and get your history. Go back and get your culture. Go back and get your lessons and bring them forward in the future. Around here, Urban Intellectuals, you'll hear us talking about learn from the past to create the future. This is the principle of Sankofa, and why you see that interwoven into all that we do. It really literally spells out the organization. But I mentioned all of this and share all of this with you, not to impress you, but to impress upon you that at our core, we are a Black History empowerment company. This is who we are, this is what we do, and this is what we bring to everything that we put our name on and get involved in. And these Sankofa experiences are no different. Since we started, that picture I showed you, we've taken on 10 different African countries on 37 separate trips. We're actually in Senegal right now, and taking 432 travelers on these life-changing experiences. It has been a ride of a lifetime, right? That to be part of some of these experiences, the stories, the transformations that the people get, the experiences, the walls that are broken down, the barriers that are broken, the curses that are ruined, and the opportunities for visiting the motherland are given to the people. It's just been a beautiful experience. And I'd be lying if I didn't say I wasn't partial to all of this, because I got to experience it with my father. This is Dad and I on the left in 2018. That is us in Morocco. That is us in the center there in Egypt. Again, he's 93 in that picture. He's 88 over there in Morocco, by the way. And on the right, this is us last year in Havana, Cuba. That is the capital in Havana there. We're overlooking that. He's 94 years young there. So these experiences with Dad, for one, has just been amazing, and something that other people who travel with us on these trips are experiencing with their parents, with their grandparents, with their children, with their grandchildren. We have just about seen it all, 3 generations on one trip, right? Just the beautiful experiences that are unfolding. But this is why I think you should travel with us. A lot of what I've talked about here already. But the first one I want to add to that list is safety, right? This is the most important thing when you're traveling. I was going to say internationally, but when you're traveling, when we wake up and travel every day, right? Safety is important. And this is no different when we're going thousands of miles away with someone else. You want to be with trusted tour guide operators and organizations that have a long history of doing great work in this space. And we do that, but your safety is paramount, number one. Secondly, this is find your tribe, right? This is your tribe of like-minded people. This is one of the things that really make our trip special, is because people who are interested in history and culture gravitate to our organization, and then going on these trips together just make it even better because the experience is a shared one. And you get to bond with people that you might not have otherwise had a chance to meet. But the African diaspora from an African-centered perspective, experience Sankofa in real life, right? History, culture, people, food, music. All of this is the Sankofa principle in real life, because you're going back, or you're going to actually learn about the history and the culture, to experience it for yourself. And you can bring those stories back to your life, your family, and your community. Find a new family. Our previous guests have created bonds for a lifetime. Again, these shared experiences are something to be experienced, right? Something that you kind of got to see for yourself, but it's just a beautiful thing. It's so beautiful. I got a special guest. I want to open up and introduce Ghana for you. Now, inside of Urban Intellectuals, we have our Sankofa Club, right? So we mentioned that in the video clip, but Sankofa Club is where we teach live Black history to children and have a Sankofa Nation where our young kings and queens run the nation and they have opportunities to present in front of their peers, right? But then sometimes they have an opportunity to come with us on these Sankofa experiences. And one of the young queens came with us on the Sankofa experience with her mom and her dad and had this experience, but she did a presentation on her experience in Ghana, and I wanted to allow her to open us up with this Ghana presentation. So just a few minutes from the young queen in the Sankofa Club, telling you a bit about her Ghanaian experience.
Akwaba, welcome to Ghana, the country of gold. My name is Queen Kaya, and let me tell you about my trip to Ghana. Did you know the capital of Ghana is Accra? Ghana gained its independence from British rule in 1957, and Kwame Nkrumah was the first president. The name Ghana comes from the ancient Soninke people who lived in the ancient empire of Ghana, and the country was renamed after them following independence. Prior to its independence, it was called the Gold Coast. Ghana is home to the largest man-made lake in the world. The official language is English, the Ghanaian flag. Red represents the blood shed by those who fought for Ghana's independence. Gold symbolizes Ghana's mineral wealth, particularly its gold deposits. Green represents Ghana's rich forest and natural resources. The black star stands for African freedom.
It's hard to get used to that. So that was a quick little message from Queen Kai from inside the Sankofa Club. Just giving you a little bit of an intro to what you're about to see. It's a beautiful experience. But hey, how about the young people, right? If we pour into our young people with their history, their culture, with the responsibilities and high expectations, these are the type of young people that we get. So we're really proud of the young queen, and her entire presentation was amazing, y'all, by the way. That was definitely not all of it. That was just a small little piece of it. She did an amazing job. But I wanted to just share a little bit of that energy with you, and then so we can dive back in and get it going so you can see what your experience will look like, right? So what I'm gonna do is give you just a quick overview of a couple of days and then show you a video. A couple of days to show you a video so you can actually see it for yourselves, right? Y'all good with that? Yeah, Victoria, amazing, right? Oh, I love it, Don. Thank you, Candace. Yeah, she is amazing, right? Our children are doing beautiful work inside of the Sankofa Club. All right, but day one, you're going to arrive in Accra, Ghana. You're going to get picked up and transferred to your hotel, get a chance to unwind and all of that. Going to have some meal and a dinner and relax. Day two, we're going to get up and do an Accra City tour. You're going to explore. I'm not going to give you all of the details of each and every day. There's a lot going on there because there's a lot to see, but it's going to look something like this.
Welcome to Art Center, and this is the drum section. This is where we make the drums, and we also play the drums and teach people how to play and also how to make it. Yeah, so we have drums of different kinds. We have the goat skin, cow skin, we have a lot of drums. Yeah, so you come listen.
Finished hearing the welcome drums, and it was very humbling, a beautiful welcome, and it was awesome to be able to play the drums. We had a great teacher, very kind, and showed us what we needed to do, and it's awesome just to be around, people that are the same color as you and see the different beautiful tones of skin. We come in many different experience the different vibrations of the drum, which is an expression of love, community, unity, and creativity. I look forward to the many other experiences we get to experience together, and yeah, it's great to be home.
She's my best friend in the world. See why else you got wrong with me? Let's go. Don't break my heart. Don't break me, my baby. Don't break my heart.
Then we got an opportunity to come into Black Star Square, right? So that's what you see in and around us. Ghana gained its independence in 1957 from the British, where the first Prime Minister, Kwame Nkrumah, was installed as the Prime Minister of the country. And this is the actual location that they celebrate this every March 6th of each year. They fill Black Star Square. The current Prime Minister shows up and all of the people come out to celebrate freedom. And we're outside of this beautiful monument here, again representing 1957 and the freedom. But Black Star was taken from our good friend Marcus Garvey, right, in the Black Star movement that again represents freedom and justice, reminding all the people that in the African diaspora, when they come in, they are free. And this is a representation of that. So it's been a beautiful experience to see that for ourselves and to be here, meet the people, eat some of the food, hear the music and the culture. It's just been a great experience. But the only thing that's missing is you. Only thing missing is you, but we are trying to cure that here today. Day 3 and 4 goes on, right? Gets a bit deeper as we take a trip into Cape Coast and Elmina. We head into the dungeons, as they say. We see Asin Manso, the Slave River there is a part of the experience, I'll say, and then we get to go to Cocoon National Park, unwind at a beautiful resort, and you're going to need much more of that after that. Here's a little bit of that experience and what it is like.
as one of the largest meat markets, which was situated closer to the coast. So cattle that was brought in from everywhere in the northern part of Ghana had to come to Asin Manso. And it is at Asin Manso that they were going to take their last one before going to their first function and landing. After all these activities had been performed over here, then they were made to walk all the way to the Cape Coast Bangladesh, Fort Amsterdam, and Edinburgh in order for them to await for the station.
Beautiful experience there, leading up to, you know, just more and more powerful ones. Here is more from the trip and that experience.
Psychopaths, right? And what do I mean by that? I mean, what type of people will come to another's country, steal them, put them inside of these slave dungeons and ship them off for one of the world's worst Holocaust that has ever been seen. But I specifically want to talk about being in those dungeons and experiencing the pain and anguish of the ancestors. But while they were in those dungeons, sleeping, eating, and living in feces, right? In urine, in blood, and sweat, and tears, and menstrual cycles, all those months inside of those dungeons. And the church above the dungeon, each dungeon that we visit in Ghana has had a church over every single one. Just letting you know that this is a systematic effort by these psychopaths. I'm just going to call them what they are. Coming for to carry the truth is the truth. I was there. I sat in those dungeons alone as the church experienced the power of the fortune. I don't know if you've been in any of that, but what I'm saying, I challenge you to come to experience for yourself. But standing there in the dark alone, knowing that these people are claiming to be Catholics, they're claiming to be Christians, they're claiming to follow the word of God. How could someone fathom doing anything like that to individuals and praying to God while below your feet, treating people as child and animals, right? Only a psychopath would do something like that. And that is just the word that I'm taking away from this experience this week, is they had to be psychopaths. I'm not cleaning it up. I'm not calling no one no slave master. I'm calling what they are. They are psychopaths. And anyone that supports that effort but tries to talk around the truth or the subject or rationalize it, you're a psychopath as well. And I didn't mean to get all off into too much, but I want to call to the global African diaspora to come on home, to come and witness this for yourself, to see, to feel it, to smell it, to even taste it. It's just such a presence that you have to experience, and no words can really do it justice. You have to experience this for yourself. We got to tie them down. But the ancestors were taken away through the door of no return. We walked through that door. We felt that anxiety. We felt that pain. But we were able to return. Right? They weren't able to return physically. But the manifestation.
Strong experience for sure. And one day, I mean, when you come to Africa, you got to have this experience. When you come to Ghana specifically, you got to have this experience. I'm gonna keep it going because the tour keeps going, right? Day 5 and 6, we're going to Kumasi. This involves a domestic flight. So we'll take you to the airport in the morning. We'll jump on the flight and we'll take it up to Kumasi. This is the home of the Ashanti Kingdom. We're going to have this experience up here for a couple of days. Check a bit of this out.
Don't want to mislead. This is all you need. Be your everything, and I'll be your everything. Still too soon to feel. Please just say it's real. More than just a thrill, not just in it for the thrill. I'm in it for the love, cause love it leads to touching. You're pressing on my buttons. Babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love, cause love it leads to touching. You're pressing on my buttons. Babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love.
Please welcome to Ashanti region. This is Menchia Palace. This is the museum section.
Welcome to Ntonso and Clark village in Ashanti region, Ghana, West Africa. This is the place where traditional Edinkra symbols, you will find it here. So when you come here, you have the symbols. That is the history of the Edinkra cloth. Here too, you have the symbols and their meanings. This one here is Afena. That is the great warriors, their sword. All the symbols you have their meaning. Ashanti Kingdom was based on the wars. So all these symbols that you are seeing was designed from the kind of wars that Ashanti Kingdom, the Ashanti Empire encountered.
Even when you're low, you can let me know. You know I will show. Now we're sipping the Bordeaux. With you through it all, winter through the fall. You just make the call. Yeah, I'm in it for it all. I'm in it for the love, cause love it needs to touch it. You're pressing on my buttons. Babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love, cause love it needs to touch it. You're pressing on my buttons. Babe, let me tell you something. I'm in it for the love. I'm in it.
There you go. All right. You can see more and more of the trip beginning to unfold, and it's just not done.
In America, my name is Crystal Taylor, and I was born and raised in East St. Louis, Illinois, and currently live in the south suburbs of Chicago. But just now today, I have been given my Ghanaian name of Adwa Mansa.
It's Adwa Mansa. Mansa, Adwa, Mansa, Mansa, Adwa, Mansa, Mansa.
And today, when I saw what was going to happen on this trip, I knew that this would be the moment that would break me. Because I wanted to be here for so long. And at 46, I'm finally actualizing this dream. And I feel such a connection, such a warmth and welcome from our African family. And it means so much because in America, we've been taught that we're not liked here, we're not wanted here. But there's been nothing but love and excitement to see us. And today, to be given my name from the village chiefs, I can't explain how it feels. And I can't stop crying because it feels so good. Because I feel so loved here. It feels like home. And I'm just grateful. I'm really glad that I've had this experience. And I just couldn't expect to ask for anything else.
Beautiful experiences ahead for sure. Definitely as we continue on our Ghanaian adventure. Yeah, so then on day 7 and 8, it continues, right? More community engagement, getting an opportunity to get with the local community, cultural exchange programs, activities, shopping, all throughout any of this. I just realized that we didn't put the shopping videos in here, right? So you definitely get all of that. But are you ready for this life-changing experience? Of course, there's a lot more inside of it, but this is something for...
That was very the ones where you can't see the bricks and it's just covered. There are still actual feces that's in there. I mean, that's really heart wrenching. I just can't imagine. But it's an honor to actually see and hear our true history. This is an experience I would never forget. I've done a lot of recordings and footage to take back to the United States to share with my younger nieces and nephews. It's about 50 of them.
I've always wanted to know where I came from. I was born in the United States, but my ancestors did not come from the United States. They came from Africa. Where in Africa, I do not know. But based upon my experience yesterday, I have a rich feeling, history, knowledge of my ancestors and the struggles that they had. The information that I received yesterday was so enriching and so awarding to me. It filled a void that I had in my soul about my ancestors. And the dungeon, and I call it the dungeon, because that's where they took the slaves once they washed the slaves off. And the slaves had to walk many, many miles from the river to the dungeon where they stayed, which is close by here. It's right off the Atlantic Sea. That was an experience I'll never forget as long as I live. Why? Because my people were enslaved there. They were treated as non-human beings. And the non-human beings were really the white people, the English, the other people that treated those people terribly, to the point where I was angry, I was upset. And what I realized is, it's easy to become angry and upset, but what I need to do is make sure what my ancestors did is survive. And the way I'm going to survive is by helping others. So that was an experience I'll never forget as long as I live. The fact that the Catholic and other religions were right above where the slaves stayed, and they treated them so inhumane. I'm just glad my people are strong. They're survivors. We are survivors, and we will continue to be survivors. We are strong, we are smart, we are beautiful, we are confident, and we know that we are good people.
It's a deep experience, but definitely one that you should have for yourself, right? So what's included in the tour? A lot of gut-wrenching video, a lot of empowering videos, a lot of emotional responses, I'm sure. But what's included in the trip, right? Let me get down to it for you. Ground transportation to and from the scheduled destinations. Again, it does not include international airfare. Double occupancy or single occupancy. Hotel upgrades are available upon request. Additional fees will apply, but there Wi-Fi is available. There's an open spa, bar, restaurant, room service, fitness center, swimming pools, meeting rooms, air conditioned, wheelchair accessible, and breakfast is included. What's not included in the tour is your passport, your visa, medical travel insurance, drinks, lunch, and dinner, vaccinations, travel insurance, any gratuities that you might want to leave. Those things are not included in the trip. Frequently asked questions. Are these trips children friendly? Yes, they are. Are there children's discounts? Yes, 40% off children's ages 5 to 11 when they are those ages while they are traveling. Are these trips adult friendly? Yes, they are. Are these trips senior friendly? Yes, they are. But is there a lot of physical movement? Absolutely, there is. And you have an opportunity to opt out of anything that you feel like you can't handle, don't want to handle, or anything like that. Truly choose your own adventure. Do we offer payment plans? Yes, we do. Is international airfare included? Again, no, it's not. And what languages do they speak? English is the first language of the country, which is great and horrible at the same time. Children under 5 are free if they sleep in their parents' room. Airfare is based on airline requirements. Additional charges for luggage and seating may be required. This is the domestic flight that is involved on this trip. Again, it's not tailored for children under 5, so it will be your responsibility to keep them preoccupied as needed. More frequently asked questions. Do we pair guests? No, we don't. Can non-American citizens join the trip? Yes, they can. How much money would you need on the trip? Minimum $300 to $500. If you know you like to shop, you're going to want somewhere between $500 and $1,000. It just kind of depends on, your behaviors. You got to know yourself. So if you want to think you're a shopper, and definitely bring more. Is travel insurance automatically included? No, it's not, but we recommend it cancel anytime travel insurance with medical. More frequent asked questions. Can we add someone to the room later? Yes, you can. So you can sign up tonight, lock in your spot, and then add a friend, a cousin, or a family member later to your room. Can I purchase the excursions later? Everything is included. I don't have to worry about that. Which airline should I use? It always depends, right? Do you have airline miles? What's your availability? Where are you flying from? Do you want to fly direct? What's your budget? All of these things matter, but I've had a variety of flights, and it's just really coming down to your preference, to be honest with you. Which city do I fly into? Accra, Ghana is the city that you land in, and we'll pick you up from. What time should I land? Between 4 and 12 p.m. local time. I would say if you have to err on either side, err on the earlier side of landing. Like get in at 10 a.m. if you can, 9 a.m. if you have to, or whatever the case may be. Vaccinations, yellow fever is required, or a doctor's exemption. Those are the only two exceptions as far as I understand. Yellow fever is required if you had to have the shot within the last 10 years and have proof of it, right? Can I drink the water? No, do not drink the water. Bottled water will be provided wherever we go. A visa is needed to enter Ghana, and we'll provide you with details on how to walk through that process. A yellow fever vaccine is required, again, unless you have an exemption from your doctor, right? My father went, he had an exemption from his doctor not to take it, and we didn't have any issues or problems. All right, what's the investment? November 2026, accommodations are $49.99 for double occupancy per person, $59.99 for single occupancy, and $29.99 for children with the discount. Just need $199 down for a deposit, again, per person. So if there's 4 in your room, if there's 2, in your room, you're locking it down for you and your spouse or your grandchild or whomever. It's going to be $398, right? $199 times 2. That will lock you in. If you want to go on New Year's of 2026 going into 2027, that one's a little bit more expensive because of the dates, right? It's New Year's on the continent, right? Deti New Year, as they say. $56.99 for double occupancy, $71.99 for single occupancy, $34.29 for children. Again, just $199 to lock in your spot. If you are interested, your link should be down in the comments. You can go ahead and click yours and decide to join us. We do have a trip this year happening later this year. So you'll see that on the options when you click the link as well. But here's a message from a young lady for those interested or considering coming to Ghana.
This is a message to any Black person worldwide. I think if you are going on vacation to Tulum and Cabo, that's great. But if you have an opportunity, a chance, a moment to visit Africa, Ghana, Lagos, Tanzania, Ethiopia, then you should take that chance. There's nothing like being surrounded by Black people, understanding your culture, feeling welcome, feeling safe. It's nothing like what America will teach you that it is. It's something that what we learned about is it's better, it's bigger, it's beautiful, the people are kind. So I encourage you to go understand your roots, find your people, and love them the way that they would love you. Wow.
I love that. Find your people, right? Find your people. Let's get all of the dates for you. Great question, Victoria. Right on time, right? All right, Sabrina, glad you enjoyed it. November 17th through the 24th. In 2026 is the date. Double occupancy per person $49.99, single occupancy per person $59.99, and children's discount $29.99. Again, November 17th through the 24th. For the New Year's trip that year, again, this isn't this coming December, it's the following December. So you have a lot of time leading up to the trip. December 29th, 2026 through January 5th, 2027. Double occupancy $56.99, single occupancy $71.99, children's discount $34.29, and everything is good from there. So next steps. So bam, you just got to make a decision, right? Do you want to go? Decide on your date. Click the link below. Put down $199 for the deposit, and start getting ready for your Black History travel experiences. Just for you,
my name is Ya Anima. That was the name I was given today. It was an honor to experience the naming ceremony and be given an African name. This is a once-in-a-lifetime blessing. I am grateful. I am overjoyed. I was full of emotions. My experience will be one that I would never forget, life-changing. I see the children walking around. They remind me, I can see myself in them as a child growing up. Being that I'm from Charleston, South Carolina, in the low country line area of Johns Island. So this here, it kind of like takes me back into time before they developed, because I grew up on a dirt road. I grew up on a farm. We grew vegetables in farms, so I can relate to this environment here. So it was an honor.
Yeah, I love that. Just get a little you get a little bit of everything with this trip. You don't get an opportunity to just see the luxury or just even see the pain. You get to see the culture, you get to mingle with the people, and get to have a variety of experiences on these trips. The only thing that's missing is you. And I was coming to the questions, and I see I got a few of those down here. So good. Let me jump into them. How many days and nights? This is 8. This is an 8-day trip, right? So I think I had the dates up there for you. I was looking for them. November the 14th through the 22nd. Oh, that's this year. I'm sorry. So if you're looking for 2025, right, if you're interested in going to 2025, right, we have a November trip. I understand that that's just 6 months away, so that's why we didn't put it up there. But if you're interested, that link is on there as well. You click the link. But you have November the 17th through the 24th of 2026, and then you have December 29th 2026 through January the 5th, 2027. So we're talking about trips that are 18 months away. So what we were trying to do was give you an opportunity to have a long runway between, signing up and the payment. So you have enough time, enough leeway to pay off the trip. So I answered the 8 days. Can I pay for a single now and add my daughter later? Yes, Elaine. Yes, you can. Absolutely. You can jump in and lock in your space. Just $199 down in the single. Then you said add your daughter later. Yes, when they decide to jump in on the trip, you can add them and become a double occupancy and change that rate. So yes, good question. What are the prices again? Oh, there we go. She dropped them down in the comments. Let me go back to the pricing sheet. Here we go. And I'll share that. Bam. Oh, yeah, there you go. All right, November 17th through the 24th, 2026. It is double occupancy $49.99, single occupancy $59.99, child discount $29.99, and then in December 29th, 2026 through January 5th, 2027. Double occupancy is $56.99, single occupancy $71.99, children's discount $34.99. All right, got that taken care of. Any additional questions? All right, I'm looking. Victoria says she's looking at 2025. What's the latest I can make a I want to speak to my partner about the trip. Ashley, correct me if I'm wrong, but in the morning, we're going to send out the replay of this, correct? And you should be able to see, have that information that you can share. Who is that asked that question? Speak to my partner, Kim. Yeah. So you'll get this in the morning. Yeah, in the replay, you'll get the replay in the morning so you can speak with them. And you can actually show it to them if you like. Show them the replay and all of the details. I saw Victoria says she's looking at 2025. Victoria, we have 2 dates available in 2025. I believe there's space still available. There's Ghana 2025. Let's see. Yeah, Ghana 2025, November 14th through the 22nd. And then Ghana December 27th through December 27th, 2025 through January 4th, 2026. So that's happening later in the year, but that's 6 and 8 months out, 6 and 7 months out. Again, so we were highlighting the 2026 trips. We're going into 27 because we have 18 months on moving out on that. But again, if you're interested in going this year, those trips are available, and it's all available from that link. So when you click that link, you're going to go and you're going to see an option to choose which year you want to go into, right? So do you want to travel in 2026 or 2025? But we just highlighted our 2026 trips. So, okay, there we go. What's the cost for 2025? Do you have those handy? Yes. November 2025 is $44.24 for double occupancy. Single occupancy is $49.24, and children's discount is $26.55. So, oh yeah, she dropped it down in there. She's always ahead of me. But the news is, if you look at all of the pricing, you see it's going up, right? So this is what's happening not only in this country, but this is what's happening around the globe. Prices of everything are getting more expensive, which is why, you'll hear us having the conversation around don't wait. Don't wait, because 1, we don't know what's going to happen. 2, we do know that the prices are going to continue to rise. It's not ever going to get just quote unquote more affordable, right? It's coming down to a decision, right? Do you want to have this experience? And I think it's 2 decisions. And is this the right organization for me to travel with? I think both are valid questions that you need to explore. With the weather in mind, is there a recommended time frame to visit? Mike, Ghana is pretty stable. There's the rainy season. Let me make sure I get this right. Ghana. The rainy season is April to October. Generally, right? So somewhere in there. I've traveled during that time. It did rain, right? I've been around during the rainy seasons. Like, it's just a different experience. But these trips are selected outside of the rainy season. So we should be able to avoid that. Other than that, it's going to be hot. Right? That's kind of like the thing in Ghana. One of the things that I recommend when you travel is getting a portable fan. hey man, y'all know we in first world problems, right? But I think one of those portable fans is like a great investment. You still gonna be hot, you still gonna sweat. Um, but I think it's a great investment, particularly when you're going into West Africa. I definitely drop it in my bag. I'm looking at mine right now. It's right there. Yes, but that's a good question. Yeah, but I promise you, it's gonna be hot. You know, it's hotter at times, but you know, even when it's cool, when it's in this like high 80s or low 90s, you know, that's considered cool, right? That's like cool. So but it's just a good experience. You gonna be hot though. I'm telling you. That's just what it is. 3 a.m. All right. Thanks for you. Look forward to sharing the recording. All right. Peace and love. Thank you, Kim. Appreciate you. Get some rest. 3 a.m. I'll be up myself. Yeah, I got some traveling to do. So that's cool. But all right. I definitely appreciate y'all being here. Do you got any questions for me? Oh, okay. There we go. How long is the flight? There is a direct flight. Hold on. There are direct flights out of like DC and New York. I'm trying to see how long are the direct. I got a number in mind, but I'm like, let me look. Oh, direct flights from. Let's see. Why am I not seeing the time? $11. All right, there we go. I was gonna say 12. So 11 hours is a direct flight. So that experience, you know, but that's direct, right? Sometimes it can be 14, 15 hours, depending if you're going somewhere else first. It can be 20, 24 hours or even longer. Just kind of depends. Yeah, most likely. There you go. Yeah. Um, yeah, but it's, you know, it's not as bad as it sounds, and not in my opinion, right? Because what you're going to experience on the other side outweighs the inconvenience of flight, right? Yeah, I mean, and you're flying, right? I mean, maybe you're in first class, maybe you're in business class, I don't know. But it's even in coach, it's not, or economy class, it's not the worst experience ever, right? I've been in there, I've traveled there, it's fine. Oh, all right. I love to hear that. Mike says he thinks Delta may begin direct flights in December. They'll love it. That would be excellent. I got Delta points, so you know I'm definitely down for that. I love flying into the continent, especially if I can fly on my points. That's always what's up. But yeah, do you have any other questions for me? You know, something that's missing from this presentation is the food. The food is spectacular. I love West African food in general. I think it has some of the best on the continent. I just got back from Ethiopia and not too long ago, and it was a great food experience as well. I think Senegal and Ghana has been my favorite in West Africa. But you're going to definitely enjoy the food and the fruits and the juices, the vibe, the music, the atmosphere. If you are, you know, I don't know, I just want to eat familiar foods. We'll be in spaces where 9 out of 10 times you'll be able, actually, you'll be able to get something that's familiar to you no matter where we go. We're cognizant of everyone trying to eat. Your dietary restrictions will be adhered to. So we have when you go ahead and sign up, right, you put down your $199 and you get a link. This is not the last time we're going to communicate with you. We're going to gather some information from you. So if you have these types of dietary restrictions, if you are vegan, if you are vegetarian, if you are pescatarian, right, like all of these, or if you're allergic to something, right, all of this conversation should be had and collected. And then we'll make sure that you have the best experience possible, no matter where we are at or where we are going. But so we've been able to accommodate all of our travelers thus far. We anticipate being able to accommodate you and allowing you to have this experience, right? And check this off not only your bucket list, but the start of your African bucket list, right? So we're going to have these experiences. But it's a beautiful one, and we want to invite you to come on and join us. So SankofaExperiences.com/travel Ghana is the link. Oh, and if you don't have any more questions, I got one more thing to follow up with. Yes, definitely. If you have any questions, you can always shoot an email to support at sankofaexperiences.com. But those were the prices. I think I did that video. I'm looking for, bam, I'm looking for this. All right, so tonight's bonus, if you sign up tonight by midnight Eastern Standard Time tonight, we're going to throw in a quick bonus for you. As we mentioned here at Urban Intellectuals, we are into Black history, right? And we have professors on payroll that we pay to teach our Black history classes. And inside of our classes for adults, we have taught on the Ghanaian Empire, so the Ghana Empire course. So I'm giving that out as a bonus. This is a two-part series. This is a 2-hour course taught by Dr. John Aiden, has a PhD in African history and is a Fulbright scholar on the subject. But he goes into the history of the Ghana Empire, right? The Ghanaian Empire. So we're going to toss that in as a freebie for those that decide to sign up with us tonight, dropping your $199. But here's a quick look inside of the class.
River, when I took the train from Bamako in Mali to Dakar. And so this river is important. The Senegal River, and then of course you also have the Niger River. This is the Niger River right here, all the way into the Delta in Nigeria. Massive, massive, massive river. So these two rivers are important. And the space between these two rivers was where a lot of commerce was transacted in these early kingdoms. And what's powerful is that you might have remembered me saying in an earlier lecture that, you know, the kingdoms that came to exist south and around the bend, the northern bend of the Niger River, they came to exist because they controlled trade. Now I'm going to dig in and be a little bit more intentional. They controlled the salt trade, which was coming out of the Sahara. I'm going to show you those trade routes again. Just kind of make a mental note of where some of these places are, but you can see they're grouped relatively close together. And then these are a little bit, you know, farther away. But the salt trade was important. The gold trade was important, and control of agricultural production that happened south of the Niger River bend, this northern bend in the river, right? So this area, this massive, massive area produced all different types of goods, different types of grains, you know, sorghum and millet are two major grains in West Africa, major grains, before, you know, wheat would be introduced.
It's a good opportunity to give you an overview of the history of the area going in ahead of the trip. Here is one of our people in the class to give you their opinion of this particular class on the Ghana Empire. This is Dr. Anita Lewis. Check this out.
Hi, I'd like to share something with you. That as a K-12 educator of over 30 years, I have quite literally taken thousands of students on field trips to museums, historical sites, cultural celebrations. You name it, we've been there. But before I've taken them, I've made sure to educate them on the background, the history, so that they have the knowledge to get the full experience for where they're going. I am blessed now to be able to go to Ghana with Urban Intellectuals, but even more so that I've been able to see Dr. Aiden's History of the Ghanaian Empire classes, where he's given me, I think it's class number 19 and 20, where he's given me the background, the knowledge, the information I need to get the full experience for where I'll be going and what I'll be doing. I highly recommend that when you travel with Urban Intellectuals, that you attend those classes. That way you too can get the full range, the background, everything you need to get the full experience. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you do too. Just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah, a good addition to the trip, right? So we're leaning into our strengths as an organization and painting the picture ahead of the trip. So again, this is a bonus for those buying with us tonight, deciding to lock in their spot. We're throwing in both classes inside of our Black History classes for adults. This is taught by Dr. John Aiden inside of our program. It's the only place that you can get is inside of the program and here tonight. So check that out. Again, raise your hand if you are securing your spot with us tonight. Let us know if you have any questions. You can raise your Zoom hand and ask any questions, or you can drop it down in the comments. Take advantage of getting your bonus education on the Ghanaian Empire. It's a really good series. Gives you great insight on what has happened in the region, so that when you come on the trip, we're able to pick up the conversation and continue it. I think it's a great addition for our travelers. I'm looking to honestly create that for some of the other destinations that we are going into as well. But again, go ahead and lock in your spot. Drop in your $199 deposit, sankofaexperiences.com/travel Ghana. Do you have any questions for me? Sister Ashley, you got anything for me on the side that I missed, or am I all good? Give me the thumbs up. Y'all kind of quiet. I don't know if you have questions. I don't know if you're going ahead to sign up. But if you have any problems, if there's anything that breaks down, I got the thumbs up, I see it. If you have any problems or anything breaks down, you can always go to support@sankofaexperiences.com. That's support@sankofaexperiences.com. And the team will reach back out. You'll probably end up with Sister Ashley. She is our travel coordinator, so she makes everything happen around in our travel world. So if you have any questions, shoot an email to support@sankofaexperiences.com. She will definitely follow up with you. All right. I don't see any questions. I'm assuming y'all are signing up. You're gathering your bonus of your Ghanaian Empire. There we go, man. He says Ghana Empire, and I got Ghanaian Empire on the brain, so it causes a disconnect for me. But for the Ghanaian Empire, right? So make sure that you get that history and that understanding by going ahead and locking in your spot tonight. SankofaExperiences.com/travel Ghana. SankofaExperiences.com/travel Ghana. Go ahead and join us today. You're welcome, Elaine. Aquaba, as our young queen opened up the meeting with today, with giving you the greeting from Ghana, right? Aquaba, which means welcome. So welcome to Ghana, and we appreciate y'all spending some time with us today. Hopefully all of you make a decision to come on and join us. Again, if you have any questions outside of this, support@sankofaexperiences.com, support@sankofaexperiences.com. I appreciate y'all spending the evening with us. Hopefully you've gotten some inspiration, you got some of your questions answered, you got some motivation to go ahead and make this trip. That's always been weighing on your heart, that reconnection that you've been looking for. You found a trusted organization with some seasoned operators and a community of people that share in your appreciation of history and culture and insight in that reconnection to the ancestors that we are looking for. We are always talking about the obligations to the ancestors, right? We're always talking about doing more, being more, experiencing more. And I think it's of critical importance, and it's something that we should aspire to, but it's also something that we should remember that one day we will be those same ancestors. So continue to build and raise the bar so the next generation knows where to stand and how to move. But I think moving backwards to reconnect with where all of this started and where all of this energy and strength comes from and resides is important for you to go and see it so that you can share it with your people in your community. You're going to be an ambassador for the continent and our history once you go and have this experience, because people are going to ask you a lot of questions when you come back. They're going to be scared to death when you go, because they're going to tell you to be careful, and we always should be, no matter where we go. But the perception is crazy different from the reality. So hopefully you have an opportunity to come and experience that, and we're definitely offering that for you today. So again, SankofaExperiences.com/ Travel Ghana. For Sister Ashley and the Urban Intellectuals team, my name is Freddie Taylor. I'm the CEO and founder of Urban Intellectuals, inviting you to join us in West Africa, in the beautiful continent of Ghana, to come and have this West African experience with us. Until we see you again, shoot us an email at support@sankofaexperiences.com, or we catch you in one of our emails on Sunday dinner or one of our engagements around here at Urban Intellectuals. But we appreciate you spending some time with us tonight. And as we always say, until next time, love, peace, and power to the people. Good night, everybody.